Hi Seekers, we've been expecting you. My name is Luca Nicora and welcome to And Now What? Quoi? Nani? Was? El qué? Breaking news today on the frontal lobe, we are all programmed. Mayday, mayday, the system has been compromised. I repeat, the system has been compromised. Self-destruction activated. No. But first, like the video to tell the AI controlling YouTube that this video is worth sharing with any other brainiacs out there, and subscribe to the channel to be notified when I drop any future videos. Alright, now let's dive into it. Quick recap, your thoughts and feelings become your moods that eventually turns into your patterns, habits, and finally your personality, which dictates how you lead and live your life. All aboard the NFP train! If you want to know more about it, check out the video I did about thoughts and memories. Now, how do we get programmed? We're all born with or without too much trauma. Think about it. Kids are very sensitive, right? So imagine what it would be like to be in a very comfy, warm place and suddenly pushed out into a loud, bright world through, well, you know how birth works, right? If you have kids, nieces or nephews, or have ever interacted with kids, you can tell that they are all born with a personality. That preset is very basic and called the temperament or prevailing mood. You got sociable, impulsive, neurotic. What? Why do you look at me like that? I'm not neurotic. Stop it. It's not genetic, however, genes may dictate how the nervous system is formed, which in turn affects how we behave. Make sense? Infancy. In infancy, we develop our relationship to the world. We learn to trust or mistrust. If a child is well nurtured and loved, they develop trust in their caretakers, a sense of safety, and optimism. If not, yo, give me the milk. Toddlerhood. In that stage, the child learns autonomy or shame. Well-parented kids learn to be self-confident. Hey mama, I'm a rock star! Preschool! Also called play age. The child learns initiative or guilt. At that stage, the child learns to be part of a group, to follow and lead. If not, guilt! I can definitely relate to that. School age. Based on what we already learned in the past, we develop a sense of self-discipline.
Roger that, Lieutenant. Dropping the water bombs in 3, 2, 1. Go, 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 go!
If a child didn't have nurturing previous years, they learn to feel inferior and fearful. Mother, I know this is completely irrational, but there is a monster living under my bed. Adolescence. Here we learn self-certainty or doubt, getting excited for the next achievement, or scared of failure. At this age, we'll look for leadership and our own ideals to live by. We don't need no education. Well, it sounds like psychology is blaming everything on parents. Now tell me about your father. I think that most parents are doing the best they can with what they have. That's what I like to tell myself. Now you can see how an absent parent, because maybe they have 5 jobs to be able to pay rent, won't be able to be as nurturing and supportive as a wealthier parent who's there all the time, which affects how well adjusted these future adults are. Besides our families and its dynamics, we have for educators our friends, our classmates, and teachers. Talking to you, 6th grade teacher, Monsieur Gola. See what I am now? I'm a YouTuber because of you. And what about random events like accidents or encounter with bullies? All these things will affect how you shape your personality. Now that we have a sense on how we developed into the weird humans we are, let's see why we believe in the lies we've been told. 20 years ago, scientists have discovered mirror neurons. Good thing to know to understand yourself, but mostly to show off at the next dinner party. You know what they say, if you break a mirror neuron, you get 7 years of bad anxiety. That's not how it works. Mirror neurons are essential in how babies learn. They observe and imitate. Monkey see, monkey do. Do as I say, not as I do. Bullshit! Yeah, that statement is a load of crap and hosen. One way neurons communicate with each other is by electrical charges or brainwaves, and you can measure them with EEGs. Feel my brainwaves? There are 4 categories. First category, beta. When the brain is aroused and actively engaged, aroused, it generates low amplitudes and the fastest of brainwaves. When you're debating with the siblings who's right, high beta. Alpha brainwaves are slower and higher in amplitude. You usually experience them when you are in meditation. In that state, we're less rational and absorb every information in our psyche. Theta, even slower, this is daydreaming. When you find yourself in the kitchen wondering what you are doing there, what were you looking for, and why the hell you're holding a butcher's knife, that's theta. Delta brainwaves are the greatest in amplitude and slowest in frequency. Our brains never go down to zero unless you're dead or a zombie looking for brains to eat. We all go daily through all these brainwaves, from waking up to absent-mindedly going to work, to actively solving a problem, all the way to going back to sleep. If you want me to make a video with more details about brainwaves, let me know down in the comments. And if you knew everything about it, then just write
Radiac
and like the video. The brain waves that are the most relevant for this video are alpha and beta. Beta is when you're actively solving a problem, and alpha when you're more relaxed. Kids below the age of 7 are not able to function in the beta frequency yet. That means that they are always in alpha. They are soaking every information into the psyche without any analyzing. That's why early years are so important in our childhood. We're soaking everything in. If we have an unhealthy family dynamic, we're soaking that in and think this is how we're supposed to interact with other humans. If we've been shamed, like, oh, boys don't cry, oh, you're so bossy, you can't even grow a beard. All these things will shape who you think you are and how you feel about yourself. If you come from a culture where guilt is an important part of life, then you may feel guilt in expressing who you really are, your feelings, your emotions, your opinions, and your sexuality. You apologize for being yourself. Brainwaves are widely known and used by ad agencies. Do you know why the spots in the evenings are more expensive? Because the brain is naturally going from beta to alpha as the body's getting ready to go to sleep. The lights are low, the brain creates melatonin, which makes us even more serve that alpha wave. Why do you think it's called TV programming? In that state, the brain just soaks in every information the commercials want us to believe in. Eat burgers and you'll turn into a sexy skinny baby. Baby? Eat burgers and you'll turn into a sexy skinny lady. Buy a new car and feel the freedom of driving on an empty road. Why are these roads always empty in these commercials? If you are alive, you are most likely suffering from symptoms such as heartbeats and lungs activity, which are directly linked with an obscure disease with a funny name like Schnitzelhosen syndrome. Thanks to our drugs, you may possibly be cured. Side effects include shooting pain, numbness, a painful permanent erection, unusual urges for cupcakes and gambling, wanting to crawl out of your skin, strong urge to boop your coworkers, loss of smell, sight, touch, limbs, and organs, and mild headaches. You're not listening to the side effects. In fact, you're just looking at the pretty pictures and you think, oh, I need this. I have the symptoms. According to Dr. Joe Dispenza, to change your personal reality, you need to change your personality. That's why you can't change your life without changing yourself. Einstein said that we cannot solve a problem with the thinking that created it. To change your life, you need to change how you make decisions. To change that, you have to change your personality. And to change your personality, you have to change how you feel and how you think. However, you cannot change your program with the program itself. For that, you have to change your source code. Where does the source code live? In the hard disk. Hard disk! In other words, to change your story, you have to identify with yourself. Forget who you think you are. Get out of that beta brainwaves who's trying to put everything into a box. You have to stop analyzing things and instead serve the alpha brainwaves. Gnarly, dude. Okay, Luca, and now what? How do I do that? How? Okay, here it is. Meditation. Okay, I know that meditation sounds like a hippy-dippy polka dot bikini kind of thing. However, did you know that meditation is now recommended in most hospitals around the world? Science. Okay, so now what is meditation? Meditation is the process of becoming aware of your thoughts and feelings. It's putting a distance with these thoughts and feelings so that you realize that you're not them, but the canvas on which they live. You are the awareness or consciousness of these things. Just like you are not your senses, you're not your hearing sense or the sound that is produced outside of you, we are the awareness that is able to listen. There are many kinds of meditation and it would take too much time to describe all of them for this video. However, I will be making a series of videos, so make sure you're subscribe to the channel to be notified when I will be releasing any new videos. So now let's talk about simple steps you can take to alter your program. First, observe your life and look at all the things you're frustrated at, because these emotions are indication of you not being aligned with what you want and where you want to go. For instance, you want more abundance in your life, but you find yourself always complaining about not having money, or you're focusing on the lack of it. I spend more money than I can afford. Money is not growing on trees. Money is the root of all evil. Write all your beliefs down and then write the opposite. I make more money than I can spend. Money is abundant. I can help my community with money. Second, sit up and start meditating. Put some nice music, relax, breathe deep, And then when you find yourself in a relaxed mode, envision those new beliefs until you start feeling gratitude and joy out of these new beliefs. Remember in the other video how I talked about how if you connect an information and an emotion, this is the best way to imprint your psyche? This is the same. If you want to change a belief that is emotionally related to your past, you have to attach an emotion for a new belief to be imprinted into your psyche. Third, try to keep that gratitude and joy throughout your day. I know it's not easy, but just be aware when you start falling into an old habit and bring back into how you walk, how you talk, and how you speak these new beliefs that you've decided to change. And lastly, at the end of the day, look back at your day and observe all the moments where you lost it, when you got frustrated, and when you had thoughts that you didn't like. And now use mental rehearsals to imagine that same situation, but with you behaving in a different way. With mental rehearsals, we're able to make sure that we do not repeat the same behaviors in the future. That way, the next day when you see your boss, you won't be scared of asking for a raise, or if you find yourself in traffic, you won't start cursing people in Italian. Ma che cazzo fai, pezzo di merda? Well, that's kind of fun to do, actually. Another quick tip, you don't actually need to know where these beliefs and thoughts come from, because the more you think about them, the more you imprint the stories and engrave these patterns in your psyche. However, if you decide to work with a therapist or a coach, that's great, do it. But make sure that you are active in changing those beliefs. Every day is an opportunity to witness your thoughts, patterns, and beliefs, and then with action, change them. Knowledge isn't power until you do something about it.
Yeah!
If you love books but don't always have time to read and like to listen to audiobooks, check the link below. I personally love anything that Dr. Joe Dispenza wrote or Bruce Lipton's Biology of Belief. Now, before I share the last tip, make sure that you like the video and subscribe to the channel and hit the bell to be notified when I will be releasing a new video. Now, besides meditation, there are a lot of great meditative activities. I personally love drawing. If you follow me on Instagram, you can see my silly drawings. But you can do sports or hiking in nature, cooking, whatever brings you joy and relaxation. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Invest in your future. Invest in yourself. Love you guys. Peace.